All right, people. So I just heard that Triple H is taking over as head of creative of WWE. I'm sure there's a shit ton of people on the internet right now thinking that there's going to be some massive changes at WWE, thinking that WWE is going to go back to the way it was in the Attitude Era or the Ruthless Aggression Era. I think these people are so mistaken. You know, we see time and time again people get their hopes up with this company thinking something great is going to happen. And every time the ball is dropped, every time the expectations are not met. We've seen Triple H be head of creative of NXT. We've seen Triple H run NXT. This is nothing new. It's not like this is like something totally out of the blue that is something new. No, we've seen Triple H run NXT. And what has NXT shown for itself? I mean, it hasn't really shown to be anything that great. I mean, have they had good pay-per-views? Yes. Have they had good matches? Yes. But out of all of that, what have they put together in regards to like the long-term health of the company? I mean, how many new stars have been built in that company? I mean, all NXT is a recycle bin for the indies pretty much. I mean, they just keep bringing in new indie people and they keep having these acrobatic athletic matches. And then they bring in another round of indie people and they do the same fucking thing. There's no doubt that there's very athletic, talented people when it comes to the wrestling, the pure wrestling. Like, you know, you look at some guy like Ricochet, great wrestler, but where's the character? I mean, where's the entertainment? I mean, the wrestling is only part of it. It's only at most half of it. You got to have good storylines, good character, good promos. I mean, where the fuck is that when you talk about NXT? It's nowhere. I mean, these people seem to have the same gimmick. I mean, you know, acrobatic, athletic, you know, wrestlers, which there's nothing wrong with that. In a way, it's like a good thing. But if you don't have the storylines to back it up, you're never going to build new stars. I mean, it's very rare to build a big star just purely based on their wrestling ability. I mean, you have to have some kind of character behind it. And that's all NXT has really been, is like these, you know, good matches, but like in good moments, but then what comes out of it? Like there's been no stars that have been built from NXT in the last 5 or 10 years. And you may say, well, the creative team sucks. Exactly. I'm not saying that these wrestlers are like less talented than the Attitude Era wrestlers or anything like that. They may or may not be. But the fact of the matter is new stars are not being created in today's era. They keep having to bring back old timers. I mean, case in point, you heard Brock Lesnar might walk out of SmackDown. And who did you hear that they called? Oldberg. Of course. They didn't call some guy from NXT. They didn't call some guy that was already on the roster. And this might not even be true, but I have a hard time believing it is. Because I don't like to talk about rumors, but I have a suspicion that this happened. That they did go to Oldberg. Because they don't have anybody else. And you think of all the guys that have been through NXT that everybody was popping for a second. Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, etc., 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 etc. I mean, how many of them have grown into, like, top talents? Zero. None. Nada. A lot of them are mid-carders. Nothing wrong with that, but no big draws. So you think that Triple H is just going to come in here and it's going to go right back to the Attitude Era? I think you are mistaken. Because you see with NXT, I mean, there's just no storyline, character development. Same thing can be said about Raw and SmackDown. And I mean, Triple H has probably already had a big involvement in the company already. And it's not gotten any better. If anything, it's gotten worse the more he has gotten involved in the company. So I have a hard time believing that this company is going to change at all. Maybe a little bit. Who the fuck knows? But nothing that noticeable. And Stephanie McMahon is still in charge. So, you know, I have a very hard time believing that anything is going to change significantly in this company anytime soon. And I'm sure there's a lot of people marking out right now. Not me. I will continue to not watch this shit. I will continue to enjoy my life and not torture myself. Oh, just because Triple H is head of creative now, like just because he was a good wrestler in the Attitude Era doesn't mean shit is going to change, people. So yeah, no, I'm not wasting 3 hours of my Monday night watching a fucking shit-ass TV show. Fuck that. 2 hours of SmackDown. Fuck that. NXT pay-per-views don't have fucking time. I mean, who the fuck has time to watch hours upon hours and just sit in front of their TV like a loser, taking in all this crap that WWE presents to us like it's a steak dinner? No, not doing it, people. And to expect the average person out there who works 40, 50 hours a week, has a family, has hobbies, has other things to do in their life, obligations, to expect them to dedicate this many hours of their life a week to wrestling is retarded. So there you go, people. Let me know what you think. Hey, I could be wrong, but I doubt it. But let me know what you think about Triple H taking over as head of creative. Will it change WWE? Will it not? I don't think it will. If anything, I think this company is just going to continue down the path that it's going. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. So there you go, people.